Welcome back to the course. In this video, we're talking about stop loss orders. So, stop loss orders are a level where losing trades are cut off to prevent a loss from growing out of control. Stop loss orders must be used on every single trade without fail and without exception to control your risk, right? This is the only way to succeed and the only way to stay within the boundaries of the risk versus reward approach. To comply with our risk reward strategy, we have to pre-plan stop loss orders before we enter any trade. Now, that means before we even think about jumping into a position, you have to work out where your stop loss is going to go, because we then calculate position size according to the stop loss. And then that is how we make sure we are risking that set hypothetical $1 per trade. So in order to successfully use stop losses, we have to find a logical cutoff point based on technicals. So for example, if there is an area in the market in which price moves through it, we are invalidated, our trade is invalidated. That is where our stop loss is going to go, because we know unless the stop loss goes that low, our trade is valid. But if our stop loss does manage to go that low, the trade is wrong and we are right to get out with a small loss. So when we are in a trade, we have to have a well set stop loss. And a good note as well is when we are in that trade, the stop loss must be kept firmly in place. You cannot move your stop loss further away, because that's going to break your risk reward strategy by making your risk bigger on this trade than it normally is on other trades. So why can we not move our stop loss? If you move your stop loss, it's going to lead to an inflated loss, as I just said. If you remove your stop loss, it can lead to infinite loss. Now, no matter how much you think the market's going to come back in your head, chances are, well, not chances are, 100% fact, it could keep going forever. And if it doesn't keep going forever, it can keep going far enough to wipe out a substantial amount, if not your entire account. So removing your stop loss is definitely a big no-no. So your stop loss must be kept firmly in place. So stop loss orders, we know, are very important, must be utilized with every trade, must be used in line with position sizing to achieve a good risk versus reward approach. And we can also use them for good as well. So we can utilize stop loss orders to protect our profits. Now, what I mean by this is when we've got a trade on and it runs into profit and it is running nicely, we can actually then move our stop loss order to the entry point. And when that stop loss order is now sitting at the entry point of our trade, it means that we can no longer lose, right? If the market comes back down away from our profit. So, right, say we enter, market moves up, we move our stop loss to the entry. Then when the market moves back down again, if it was going to cross over into loss, it will close us out at the entry point. And what that does is protects us from losing any money. So when it runs far enough into profit, we can even then use our stop loss to move into profit, okay? And when we move our stop loss into the profit region, that means if the price comes back down, it's going to hit the stop loss inside of profit and close the trade at a profit. Now, that is, of course, very, very useful, because it means we can make a trade a win-win scenario where we either win from the take profit, the major target being hit, or we win from our stop loss being triggered when it's already in profit. So regardless of what happens, we cannot lose. Right, in the next video, we will go through some on-chart examples of stop loss usage and why you must keep your stop loss in a firm location. I'll show you how you can utilize a stop loss to protect profits as well. And I think talking through all of this is going to be very important, because stop losses, of course, are a very important aspect of trading. So in the next video, let's talk about stop loss orders on the chart, and then we can move into position sizing, and I'll show you how it all ties together to form this brilliant risk versus reward approach. So I'll see you in the next video.